Good morning everyone. In this video I'm going to analyze the live price action for EU and DXY to see what opportunities may be available for today. You're going to see my strategy and my analysis, so if you're interested in those then please stick around. Right, we're going to start off here on the daily on EU, bit of a late start. We got EU on the top, DXY on the bottom. So what's the daily showing us? Well, before we get into today's candle, we have our bullish leg, right? Took that buy side liquidity. Now we're making way, it seems, toward our second imbalance POI down in the discount here. So if we look at yesterday's price action, just closed out as a bullish doji, right? But if we see, we pulled back and filled this imbalance completely here and went into, I guess, this daily order block anyway. But daily imbalance fill and the buy side liquidity of that, once it was mitigated, we've pulled down. So this could have been seen as some sort of support, but now if we look at today's candle, the bearish momentum has come into the market. So we're heading for our previous daily low, right? I'm not sure if we've gone through it yet. No, we haven't. We're just about to go through our previous daily low. Very bearish engulfing candle at the moment. And just below these lows here is obviously that imbalance. So we'll see how far price goes today. Over today and tomorrow, a lot of news announcements, right? So I expect whatever move's going to be made will be made. If we look at DXY, yesterday closed as a massive bearish engulfing candle, but we'll see on the lower time frame, maybe there was some POIs here that we've mitigated. But either way, today has started off by sweeping the previous daily low for sell side liquidity, and we are a bullish candle from there. So like a low test, bullish candle. We'll see how the day ends, but we've already taken sell side liquidity on DXY. So there'll be some divergence there, which we'll see on the lower time frames. So I think that's enough on the daily. We can see where the momentum is, at least for the time being. So let's go down to the 4 hour and see what that shows us. Right, so here we are on the 4 hour. Now let's read the price action. Right, we had our bearish leg, took some sell side liquidity around here, pulled back up bullish all the way up to this 4 hour imbalance here, mitigated that, fell bearish, right? Then overnight and into today, we've obviously pulled back somewhat to a premium of this little price action here. Most important thing, mitigated this in the premium of the leg. Now it looks like we're about to make a lower low. So we've got this high, low, lower high, possible lower low being made right now. So when we mitigated this POI, DXY also came down and mitigated this 4 hour POI here as well. So as support, so you can see we closed as a nice low test yesterday. And then now even more into today in Asia and overnight, we came down, swept the previous daily low, went deeper into this imbalance here, so mitigated more sell side liquidity below these previous daily lows, and this imbalance POI closed out as another nice low test. And you can see the last 4 hours has been bullish, and on EU it has been a massive bearish engulfing here, right? So 3 hours into this candle and we've moved so much in price already. And we've taken out our previous daily low now. So we've taken sell side liquidity here from this low, from previous daily low. We may see some sort of pullback from there. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Though there is this resting sell side liquidity just below here. So I'm expecting price to come for this low, right? Because this is essentially a weak low. So this is the low that caused that pullback. And now we made a lower high, right? Didn't break the high that created this low. So it becomes a weak low. So lower high, targeting that weak lower low. So I think the 4 hours pretty straightforward, right? We've got our lower high, lower low, lower high, possible lower low in action now. We've just taken sell side liquidity, so it wouldn't surprise me if we have some sort of small pullback or temporary pullback, okay? We've got previous daily low and imbalance mitigation here, which is driving that price on DXY. Obviously DXY isn't moving live on this 4 hour chart, so we'll see it more on the 1 hour. I think the bias is bearish, but at the moment we may see some sort of counter trend moves if the structure allows for it as well. So clear bearish bias. We'll see what's going on the 1 hour. So here we are on the 1 hour. I think it's quite an easy read on the 1 hour, especially with this moving live now. You can see I put an X there just to show where we swept that sell side liquidity from the previous daily low. Obviously we'd mitigated that 4 hour imbalance, and it's also a 1 hour imbalance here as well. Price is doing the same thing again, right? It's created this range, this corrective sort of range here, and then eventually after taking some internal buy side liquidity above these highs and mitigating this imbalance and order block, we've then gone again and broken down and made new lows, taking that sell side liquidity. We're close to taking this low as well. We've left behind a 1 hour order block with imbalance, so it may respect the imbalance, but I've also put this here just to show the order block, which will now be in the premium of this leg, right? So once we make that new low on the 1 hour, we can read this as a new 1 hour leg, and now be the premium. Right, so after we mitigated this 4 hour imbalance and whatever we mitigated down here, okay, overnight into today, we pulled back, took that previous daily low, sell side liquidity. At the same time, we didn't obviously take this high. We've pulled back into this imbalance here and made a lower high, right? So SMC divergence from this high to lower high, because then we've got a low to a lower low, right? So that was an early indication as well of strength from DXY from using this sell side liquidity, and weakness from EU from making that lower high when it should have made a higher high, right? So that was that early indication. Price has mitigated all of that sell side liquidity now and made a nice new lower low. So we have our leg here at the moment, and this will be the premium. Of course, DXY is yet to take this high. So at the moment we are diverged, but there's nothing stopping this from continuing, right? So yes, we may see some divergence, but we'll see. This doesn't look like it's pulling back just yet. So I think everything's pretty clear. We had this range created, we've now broken out, created that lower low, right? And we have a nice new fresh leg to work from. SMC divergence as early signals. So we'll see where price goes. So clear short bias once we're back up into the premium. Nothing to trade from at the moment, clearly. We are very much in the discount, and we seem to just be moving with bearish momentum. Perhaps there's some lows to look out for or something here that may drive us back up in price, but nothing to see at the moment. So let's go down to the M15 and discuss maybe some possible opportunities for today. Now let's bear in mind there is news today, red folder news in New York, and it's also NFP tomorrow, so price tends to not behave great even the day before. So we'll see what happens. If you don't get an early London move, more than likely there won't be much going on, but we'll stay vigilant anyway. So you can see here where that 1 hour POI is, we've also got a 15-minute order block. This is where price broke down this morning at that Asia midline, right, of the Asia range. After that overnight price action, it just broke down, liquidating all of this sell side liquidity. So we just have this massive leg here. For shorts, I'd want to see it happen up here, right? You'd want to see price, however it does it, come back all the way up to this point here, and then break down from there to go short. Now I wouldn't really set an order here personally, because that's not how I execute, but preferably once price does come back up into this area, right, I'd want to see some action like this. That may not be today, maybe tomorrow. So then I'd be able to trade from here, order block downwards. So that would be where I'd want my shorts from, unless we see some new price action today that creates another POI. But this would be where I'd want it from, right? That order block there, something like this to go down. So that isn't on for right now, as we can see, because we are very much in that discount. So maybe we get some counter trend longs after taking all this sell side liquidity, right? We may need to come up and take this buy side liquidity here on DXY first, or it can hold these highs here and have SMC divergence, indicating some sort of weakness for a temporary pullback. So preferably, let's say this is the low, I'd want price to do this, maybe sweep its own internal low again, and then break up with some momentum as a break of structure above this. Then we pull back down to our lower time frame order block and imbalance to trade upwards. So something like that is what I would be looking for. But like I said, it may not be the day for all of that. So I'm going to cut it short here because price is doing its thing. There's not much more to show. I hope you gained value from that still. I hope it was clear. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.